The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300. Right there, look at this. Caitlin Clark gets 15,591 fans in attendance, 105% increase compared to the average game is 7645. And to Angel Reese, it's only 10,000 people is what the contract is. Okay? This is WNBA is paying Caitlin Clark $28 million. Good for freaking.
What parallels can be drawn between LeBron James and Caitlin Clark? Both have reshaped their respective leagues from the moment they debuted. Yet, while LeBron was greeted with enthusiasm, Clark's entrance has stirred a mix of admiration and resistance. Why is there friction among some WNBA players towards Caitlin Clark's impact? The reasons might be more complex than you think.
For the first time that they had a chartered plane. For the first time in their league history, they flew private. That should be celebrated in its own right. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go.
Let's talk about Caitlin Clark's record-breaking game. Can you believe the impact it had? WNBA attendance skyrocketed and viewership soared. It's as if she flipped a switch and suddenly everyone is watching women's basketball. But here's where it gets really interesting. Not everyone in the league is thrilled about it.
Yesterday, upset with the fact that Stephen A. Smith hasn't been talking about WNBA enough for the last few years, and she's calling him out, and it got pretty nasty. Rob, I'm going to text this to you. You have this? Go ahead and play this clip. Go.
Talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that.
We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
She's talking all that trash. Could you imagine if it was reverse racist? If that was a white girl.
White supremacy.
You might be thinking, wait, shouldn't they be happy? Well, it's not that simple. Clark's success has the potential to be a game changer for women's basketball, but it's also stirring up some drama. Some players are giving her the cold shoulder, and the league is unsure how to handle this rookie sensation. Now, you might be wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. Stick around because we're about to dive into the juicy details.
A level of racism from black players, and she's going to face a level of hostility from lesbian players because she's not on team LGBTQ. She's a Catholic. She's got some boyfriend. She's going to walk into a extremely hostile environment. And so when it was Tiger Woods walking into a hostile environment of the PGA Tour, we talked about it. We covered it. We covered it sympathetically. We criticized the people that were against Tiger Woods. As it relates to Caitlin Clark, who could come and make the WNBA.
Now let's talk numbers. Caitlin Clark's stats aren't just good. They're mind-blowing. But here's the real shocker. Why are these record-breaking performances causing such a stir in the WNBA? It's not just about the points. It's about what these numbers mean for the future of women's basketball. Clark's shooting percentage is off the charts, hitting 62.7% from within 5 feet, making her the top guard in two-point field goal percentage. That's elite-level efficiency. And it's not just her shooting that's turning heads.
Fever figured out.
Stan, they've figured out each other. Caitlin Clark talked about it after the game. She said, we're finally understanding each other. The best dynamic duo right now has been Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. Coming out of this Olympic break, watching those two play off of each other. They look rested. Kelsey Mitchell has been on fire.
Clark's playmaking is rewriting the record books with 232 rookie assists. Her exceptional vision and game control have led to comparisons with NBA legends like Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, and Steph Curry, highlighting her standout talent.
Angel break these rookie records has been phenomenal, but when it comes to Indiana and Chicago, Indiana is the more complete and together basketball team on both sides of the ball, which makes them a dangerous team in the playoffs. Chicago still fighting to hold on to that.
You might be thinking, okay, she's good, but how does this affect the league? Well, brace yourself, the Caitlin Clark effect is both real and spectacular. The Atlanta Dream set a record for the largest crowd at a WNBA game in Georgia history with 7,576 fans showing up to see Clark. That's not just a big crowd, it's a statement, and it's not a one-time event. The Indiana Fever, Clark's team, has gone from having just one nationally televised game last season to 36 out of 40 games this season. That's a complete turnaround, all thanks to Clark.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put A'ja Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is.
Let's zoom out. Clark's impact goes beyond stats and TV deals. She's changing how people view women's basketball. Each game she plays draws millions of viewers minus 2.2 million for one game, a WNBA record. It's not just about the numbers. Clark is expanding the possibilities of the women's game with her long-range shooting, making it look like she's on a different court from everyone else.
Caitlin Clark now has the rookie record, the history of the WNBA, as she's now going to try to set the all-time record.
But here's the twist. Clark's success isn't just changing games, it's reshaping women's basketball. She's a phenomenon, pushing boundaries with every record and crowd she draws. You think the league would celebrate, but instead, it's causing drama. Some players feel overshadowed, creating tension. Angel Reese even said that the spotlight on women's basketball isn't just because of Clark. It's because of her too.
WNBA, which nobody was talking about the WNBA just in a joking manner. She has made the WNBA and they hate it. What's the girl, PBD? The number one draft of last year. Was it last year?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese was talking crap about her. She's like, it's not just her. What about me?
Championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to...
But it's not just about hurt feelings. Clark's aggressive style is literally shaking things up on the court. Take that time she got a technical foul for punching the basket in frustration. Most players would be deflated, but not Clark. She thanked the ref, saying it fired her up to play harder. That kind of competitive spirit is making waves in the league.
This corporation called the WNBA, is not profitable. They don't make money. They've never made money. They're fully subsidized by their daddy. And I get, like, they're shoving Caitlin Clark down people's throats because she's a cash cow. Great. They're going to market the hell out of this white chick. That's whatever she is. She puts the ball in the hole.
You might wonder if this is just about basketball or if there's a deeper issue. The debate touches on race and gender in sports. Some see the backlash against Clark as jealousy, while others think it reflects broader societal problems. The real story? It's complex. Players like Angel Reese feel overshadowed by a rookie taking all the spotlight. It's understandable why that might hurt.
I think she is going to literally turn this thing around, not because of the stupid controversial bump, but bro, people are selling out to watch this girl play.
On the flip side, some view Clark as a rising tide that could benefit everyone. Her popularity is drawing more attention to the league, leading to more fans, TV deals, and money that could help everyone in the long run. What's really intriguing is that this tension isn't just causing drama. It's sparking important conversations about equity and representation in women's sports. People are beginning to ask tough questions about who gets the spotlight and why.
I'm curious about, which you said when we had the conversation a couple months ago. Guys, she's going to make nothing. She's going to make the minimum wage. Great.
She makes $73,000 a year, but her contract with Nike.
But it's going to change. It's going to change because they had more people go to a Los Angeles Sparks game this year than the Lakers. There was more people attending a Sparks game this year than Lakers. Did you hear about this? When you get people butts and seats, pay for people changes, cash flow changes. So
think about it. When was the last time women's basketball received this much attention? Clark's impact is making everyone rethink how we view the sport. She's not just changing the game on the court. She's reshaping the entire conversation around women's athletics.
And a tournament. And so people need to see, I think history is repeating itself, and Caitlin Clark could be raising the tide and lifting all boats. And I think Angel Reese needs to take a pill because there is a great opportunity here, and I think jealousy is reigning.
Change is never easy, especially when it happens so quickly. Some players feel left behind, which is a valid concern. The challenge is to celebrate Clark's success while also honoring other players. Interestingly, the drama around Caitlin Clark might be just what the WNBA needs. The league has been struggling financially, losing about $50 million a year. But Clark might be the game changer the WNBA has been waiting for.
I don't think the WNBA is ready for this type of attention that she's bringing to them. That attitude. There was another player that was crying after a regular season game, and you said the R word, Tom. I don't know why you were blocking it. Racism. Everybody's talking about, like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, which we'll get into, Pat, after we go. He's just going on these panels and going, you know what? First he's bashing Trump, and then he goes into Caitlin Clark, and she's... everything about her is white, and he's going on these anti-white race things about her and how black personalities would be more successful if they were white. It's unattractive. It's making this...
Let's talk numbers. Clark isn't just popular, she's a phenomenon. That game against the Atlanta Dream drew a record-breaking crowd of 7,576 fans, a statement of her impact. This surge in attendance is translating into serious cash for the league. But it's not just about ticket sales. Clark's influence extends far beyond the court. The Indiana Fever has seen a 225% increase in corporate partnerships, an explosion of interest driven by one rookie. Now, you might wonder how this affects other players. Clark's success is shining a spotlight on the whole league, revealing some uncomfortable truths about player salaries.
This is BS. She's nasty. She knows how to ball. Everybody else is jealous. They're pissed off because she's getting this, it's ridiculous. And we're never going to advance as a species, and if he keeps having that type of attitude. It's ridiculous. It's like, what? Everything has to go back to race. Everything has to keep